3 games. And I've got Swampy's Revenge, Frogger 2 for PlayStation, Mind Quiz for PSP, and my favorite of the 3, Twisted Metal Head On. And if I can pop that open, you'll see that it is complete, as is the other 2. And good condition disc on Frogger 2, so I think that should be fine, but I'll test that once I get back. How do you like the Mega Man Legends poster? Pretty spiffy, huh? Then we got the crab up there from Mario Brothers, Samus Aran, and Samus without her helmet. I just put that one up the other day. And it looks like Frogger is going to work. So far, so good. Getting the cutscenes that open it up. Hasbro Interactive. Let's play! And Blitz Games. And a very deformed looking critter reminiscing about the original versions of Frogger. Tearing down the poster in a fit of rage. And he's going to try to run over Frogger, but Frogger gets out of the way at the last minute. But a boulder's coming. And someone just saved Frogger. But there's a bomb. This Frogger is constantly in peril. All thanks to Swampy, I'm going to assume. Yeah, okay, so we've just hit the stopping point because I'm not going to create a save file for it right now. Welcome back, Mega Maniacs. This is the Retro Hunting Adventures, and today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to use Tonyhax Pro Skater 3 to talk about Tonyhax. If you haven't heard of this, it's a soft mod for your PlayStation 1. No soldering, no mods required. You can play any backup or any import game as long as you have a copy of Tonyhax Pro Skater 2 or Tonyhax Pro Skater 3. It uses an exploit where the name of the skater in the game is not checked properly by the code. So if you have a modified save file with a name that's too long, you can actually load executable code on your PlayStation 1 and basically jailbreak the thing. It's kind of magical when you watch it in action. It's like doing the Twilight Princess hack or the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker hack, if you're familiar with those. And actually the concept behind them is very similar because it's a save file exploit where the programmers didn't think to check for arbitrary execution of code by having a save file with a name that was too long and would overflow the data register into the system memory and allow you to launch things that you probably shouldn't be able to launch. Somehow, programmers, as brilliant as they are, can also be really stupid at times because they don't anticipate what hackers will do if they are clever enough and creative enough and want to run homebrew on their consoles. And this is a form of homebrew, I would say. It's a exploit that uses already available features in the PlayStation 1 to launch anything you want. I mean, hell, if you had an emulator on a PlayStation 1 burn disk, you could run that on your PlayStation 1. But I think most people are just going to use this to play backups of their games or to make their PlayStation 1 region free. And as you can see, it has accessed that corrupted save file, and now it says swap CD, so I can literally put anything in here. It's not going to check for the wobble groove. It's not going to check for the region. It's just going to accept a disk and run it. This is brilliant. The coders who figured this out deserve a round of applause and a pat on the back and probably even a cup of coffee through Ko-fi. It's now initializing my burned CD, and I chose something rather special for this demonstration because it's a very expensive game that was only released in Japan and became rather infamous thanks to YouTube videos about it. So this might be your only chance to play a game like this on authentic PlayStation hardware. You could always play it in emulation, of course, but sometimes you just want the real experience with a PS1 controller in your hand plugged into a PlayStation 1. And this is it. Pepsi Man! It is not necessarily a great game, but it is a well-known game thanks to the fact that in Japan there was a mascot for Pepsi that was so popular he actually got his own spin-off video game. This mascot was never used anywhere else to my knowledge. Not the United States, not Europe, not Australia. Pepsi Man is a Japan-only thing, which is why the game never came out outside of Japan, even though all of the video footage in the game is in English and all of the voiceover is in English and all of the menus are in English, which means they easily could have ported it, but there was just absolutely no reason to do so because nobody outside of Japan had heard of Pepsi Man. Not until YouTube made him infamous did the whole Pepsi Man thing blow up. Unlike Shantae for Game Boy Color, there's just not enough demand for something like that to get a reprint. Pepsi Man just doesn't have that kind of cult following, so try it this way or try it in emulation. But either way, I think this Tonyhax is a fun thing to do with a vintage PlayStation 1, if you have one, and a free McBoot on PS2. This is Mr. MegaManFan saying, thanks for watching, and I hope you found this useful and informative, because for me, it was a treat to try this out for myself. See you all next week.
Long ago, pirates ruled the seas, but the kingdom of Varuna enjoyed peace and prosperity under a wise king and the watchful eyes of his two master swordsmen, Radcliffe and Jihon. When these two fine soldiers vanished, the kingdom was left defenseless. The power-hungry Baron Diaz was quick to strike. First, he combined forces with the pirates to jail the king and secretly replace him with a wooden puppet. Not satisfied with just the throne, the Baron then recruited the former palace wizard to help him steal the kingdom's long-hidden treasures. The kingdom's only hope is the king's daughter, Alexia. Discovering the connection between the Baron and the pirates, Alexia sets out to find Flint, a famed pirate hunter wanted for treason against the Baron's new regime. Alexia knows that Flint is the kingdom's only hope.
I can't stand it anymore! I gotta get off this flying hunk of tin! All this noise! This aeroplane is giving me a headache!
Chill out, Pop. It's not so bad. I kind of like it. Besides, it's the Baron's orders.
Ha! And you two call yourselves pirates? Well, a real pirate wouldn't be caught dead floating up in the air like this. I tell you, it just ain't right!
Well, actually, Father, a vehicle like this is probably a safer form of transportation than a sailing vessel.
And my hair always gets so frizzy from the salt in the air.
Your hair? Who gives a rat's behind about your hair? A pirate doesn't care about what he looks like. A pirate only cares about two things. One of them is hunting for gold.
Okay.